let's open this up for 5 minutes, and I want to begin by asking both of you, the idea of the free market in many ways, or laissez-faire capitalism, argues that the social contract, there is no difference between the social and the commercial contract. And certainly within our courts of law, there is no distinction between the social and the commercial contract. And because there is no distinction, I wonder if we have destroyed that vital concept of the common good within our democracy. In our political science theorists, our economic theorists, and maybe you'd like to begin, Mr. Baldwin.
Well, again, I go back to what I said a minute ago, Chris. I really believe that what we have here is a fraud. We have, we create money out of thin air. We create a fiat money supply that's backed by nothing. There's nothing of substance behind our supposed wealth. We've become the greatest debtor nation in the history of the world. We're $10 trillion in debt and growing. There's no end in sight, and the only answer that they can come up with is we got to borrow more money. My dad only had an 8th grade education. But I think, judging by what I see going on in this city today, I think my dad was smarter than most of the people on Capitol Hill and in Wall Street. My dad had a saying, and he said, son, if your outgo exceed your income, your upkeep will be your downfall.
And so how would you respond to the crisis that we're facing? What do you propose?
One of the first things I would propose I would like to appoint someone like Ron Paul, Secretary of the Treasury. And I would like to, as soon as possible, eliminate the Federal Reserve entirely. I would like to eliminate the Internal Revenue Service. I'd like to overturn the 16th Amendment and the income tax. I would like to put America on sound money once again. I believe that the federal government should lead the way in that. I believe that they should create an institution by which they only use sound money. I think the corporate world would soon follow suit if they would do that, because they would see the advantage of it.
So does that mean you oppose government intervention of any kind, whether to relieve people who are being foreclosed or bail out Wall Street?
I think we have to get back to the true free market. I really believe that, sure, there's some tough times that could come because of the situation that we now find ourselves. But look, we're either going to let the free market take over, and we're going to find ourselves then bottoming out, and then I think in a relatively short period of time coming back again, because the free market works. It always has, it always will.
Okay, let's let Mr. Nader take the last section here and respond to that. And if you could please tell us, Mr. Nader, what you propose to handle the collapse, the financial collapse we're facing.
Well, I just mentioned that re-regulation, deregulation under Clinton opened the doors to an orgy of excess and speculative behavior, as Richard Fisher, the head of the Federal Reserve Office in Dallas, said the other day. We need to give more power to the shareholders. The shareholders are supposed to control what they own, but they're told to sell out. They don't like the way the bosses are enriching themselves and running the company into the ground in a classic conflict of interest. And also, we need criminal prosecution, law and order. People are demanding justice for these corporate crooks in Wall Street and elsewhere. But the point that you raised, the social compact, every society that has subverted social values to commercial supremacy goes down. Every major religion in the world has urged many, many centuries ago its adherents not to give too much power to the merchant class. What we've seen in this country is a complete reverse. NAFTA and WTO are part of that. The subordination of civic values, health, safety, access to justice, etc., respect for posterity, to the supremacy of commercial values. And that is being installed in Washington, D.C., in state capitals, in city municipal centers. There's a quiet coup d'etat that's been going on, and the American people have got to wake up to it and do something about it.